Well, my dumb butt last night decided to eat half a pack of chocolate chunk cookie dough, not realizing that chocolate has caffeine in it. Guess who stayed up till 3 a.m. last night and had to get up at 7 a.m.? This guy. Well, we are here. It is pre-Friday, a.k.a. Thursday, November 14th. 2024. I was just talking to my mom last night on the phone, mentioning how it doesn't feel like we're almost to Thanksgiving. Aren't we like less than 2 weeks away? It's on the 28th this year because it's like the last Friday of November, November 28th. Yeah, 2 weeks away from Thanksgiving, and it just doesn't feel like it. I think it's because of the job here that I have to look ahead of time. I have to look at things way ahead of time that I, for some reason, am just not in the mood for it, or it just doesn't feel like it. Today, Linkin Park announced a giant tour, and I was super excited to see that this morning because I was going through all the stops on the tour, right? And I saw ID. I'm like, oh, they're coming to Idaho. But then I saw Jakarta. I'm like, oh, it's Indonesia. Jakarta, Indonesia. Unfortunately, the Linkin Park tour not coming anywhere close. Denver seemed like the closest date. Of course, they're going to Los Angeles. Of course, they're going to all these major venues. I was hoping, there was a little bit of hope, just like the My Chemical Romance tour that was announced earlier this week. I thought it would have come close. I was disappointed, unfortunately, because the lineup looks great. It's all these different bands. I know there's a different band for each night. Or there's a different one of those opening bands for each night, but they had Spirit Box on there, Architects, this band called Grandson. I knew they would have some alternative on there as well, but overall, I was just hoping they would come to Boise or Salt Lake City, go to a major venue like the Maverick Center, Delta Center, Rice Eccles Stadium. I'm excited for the new album tomorrow. I've heard nonstop rave reviews about it. Of course, you got the people online that are just trashing Linkin Park. They have nothing better to do than to just sit at their computer and see any post about Linkin Park and say, Emily Armstrong's trying too hard to sound like Chester. I'm just going to sit here and say she sucks even though I can't sing for myself. Something like that, you know? I kind of want to play their whole album that comes out tomorrow on the air. I'm sure I'll have some online departures in the Facebook comments going, I will not be listening. I will be going to Spotify. That type of stuff. I'll still play it because I'm excited for it. I've all the singles they've put out so far, especially the one they just put out that I'm going to play for It's So New later tonight called Two-Faced. I really liked that song. That's a good one. The music video is fun for it too. I believe Victor tried uploading a video to our YouTube channel of him reacting to the music video, but it got a copyright strike, so now he's fighting against that. But he did react to the latest Lady Gaga music video on our YouTube channel at KBear101 RMG. If you want to see any show that is coming to the area, go to our concert calendar at riverbendmediagroup.com/calendar. If you want to get a hold of me, you know the number is 208-535-1015. Got some good old Limp Bizkit, Bring Me the Horizon, coming your way shortly here on KBear 101. KBear 101, Idaho's only rock station. Yesterday it was announced that John Krasinski is the 39th sexiest man alive for People magazine. And I was looking at this article here of people that were chosen for sexiest man alive through the years. Mel Gibson was the first to win the title back in 1985. John F. Kennedy Jr. won it in 1988. So far, 3 men who have held the title passed away. You got JFK Jr., Patrick Swayze, Sean Connery, Brad Pitt and George Clooney have both won sexiest man twice. What do you do with that information? Do you print out the magazine cover, blow it up, put it on your wall? That would be narcissistic, wouldn't it? Maybe if I won it, I would do something like that. Like if all of a sudden I had like a nice big house, I would hang that up somewhere in the downstairs area and go, yeah, by the way, did you know I won Sexiest Man Alive back in whatever year? Something like that. I don't think even the people who win it, the guys who win it, they don't know what to do with the title. They just go, okay, that's cool. It's nothing really to brag about. Maybe on your dating profile, but I think all these guys are taken. John Krasinski's married to Emily Blunt, and I think they're doing just fine. It's silly that this is still a thing, the People's Sexiest Man Alive title, because it's still talked about. Why exactly? An excuse for a break that I just did? Maybe. I don't know. K-Bear 101, Idaho's only rock station. I do love these dumb radio surveys sometimes. I know people who hear me say that go, shut up and play the music. I don't care. I'm talking about this. 20% of employees, according to the survey, won't go number 2 at work for whatever reason. I think one of the reasons why here it says that they're afraid of the work restroom more so. I would think they're afraid of getting yelled at by their manager. Why are you in the bathroom for so long? Getting called out in front of everybody. There are some people that do take forever in the bathroom. I can tell they're just watching something on their phone, sharing things. I try my absolute best to get in and out of the work restroom if I do need to take care of my business here. Wash my hands, of course. Keep it nice and clean in there. Keep the lights on. I've talked about that on the air plenty of times. There's one particular person in this office, even though there is a giant piece of paper above the light switch that says, hey, please keep the lights on during business hours. Thank you. We'll look at that, ignore it, and then turn the lights off. And they still do that to this day. And I feel like they're sort of doing it just to like tease me, which if they are, that's not cool at all, because there are some people who walk in there, stink it up, and then when that person goes in and shuts off the fan after that, because the light shuts off the fan as well. And so that stench is just circulating in that tiny little bathroom. I walk in afterwards, and it smells horrible. Horrible in there. I almost feel like getting one of those candles from Bath and Body Works or one of those places, maybe even a cheap one from like Ross or Grocery Outlet, putting it in there on a little table in the corner. And I'll put a little sign that says, light this, please, if it smells bad in here. Maybe even just get a Febreze can, something like that. K-Bear 101, Idaho's only rock station. One thing I should have mentioned at the beginning of the show is that I am going to be out of the office at around like 4 p.m. Going to be heading over to the sleep doctor. Last week I was supposed to go, but I had to reschedule. And so I'll be heading there this afternoon. For that reason, there will be no to peach their own. But I did ask the question on our Facebook page if you would like to answer, what is your comfort band or comfort song? You can let me know on the Facebook page at KBear 101 FM. Victor sort of interpreted it as like your comfort band as if it wants to chill you out. That's not the case. Your comfort thing, your comfort band, comfort song is what you listen to just because you like everything they put out, or maybe just like this particular song really puts you in a good mood no matter what mood you're in. Got a whole bunch of different answers of this one. Just about anything Pink Floyd from Randy, anything from Rush from Jeremy, Kid Rock or Dirty Heads from another Jeremy in the comment section there. From Ashes to New, from Caleb, Rammstein, from Dustin. You can go ahead and just answer that question over there because there will be no to peach their own later this afternoon. Sorry, I got to go to the sleep doctor. And what's funny is that the night before, just last night, I should say, I had the worst sleep in a few weeks. I thought, I think I now know the reason as to why some nights I stay up, I just cannot fall asleep. It's because I have this bad habit of eating sweets after I have dinner. I just have this real bad habit of like, hey, you know what? I'm going to head over to Winco, Fred Meyer, Walmart, whichever place, and get myself some cookie dough or something like that. The cookie dough that you can eat or bake, and I'll eat like half the package. Anything with chocolate in it, I then stay up. There was the one time it happened, though the last time that this sort of thing happened was when I had a whole Terry's chocolate orange right before bed. Luckily, I did fall asleep at around 2:30 or 3 a.m. and woke up at 7. I'm not nearly as tired as I thought I would be today, which is good. I always get freaked out when something like that happens, because if I don't have enough sleep, then my heart could go into AFib, and then I have to go to the emergency room and all that mess. I don't want to do anything like that at all. And this right here is your Shot Clock Sports Update. Last week, San Antonio Spurs, their head coach Greg Popovich, took a leave of absence from the team because of a medical issue. Yesterday, the Spurs announced that Popovich suffered a mild stroke. He's expected to make a full recovery. There's no timetable for his return, as team officials were unwilling to predict if Popovich will be back on the sideline this season or if next season is a more realistic target. In pro football news, not only is Sunday's Ravens-Steelers matchup a big game between rival teams, It also involves rival coaches. When the game kicks off, Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh will be coaching against each other for the 36th time. Only George Halas, Curly Lambeau, who coached against each other in 49 games between 1921 and 1953, faced off more times in NFL history. Isn't that crazy? I wonder what it was like back then in 1921 to watch football. In baseball news, Fanatics took a lot of flack for their MLB uniforms this season, and now they've made a huge printing error on a 2024 World Series t-shirt. The apparel company has made a shirt that is supposed to have all the players' signatures from the champion Los Angeles Dodgers, but it's actually the signatures from the 2023 champs, the Texas Rangers. Some fans have joked that Fanatics saw the signature of Will Smith, the pitcher on last year's Rangers, and mistook it for the signature of Dodgers catcher Will Smith. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. Earlier today, the lineup for Welcome to Rockville got announced for May 15th through the 18th of next year, and that lineup is looking quite nice. So many different bands. If you're one of those people that's wanting to go see all of your favorite bands all at once, go to Welcome to Rockville. Man, I don't want to count how many bands there are, but this one particular Saturday, it's looking quite nice. I'm looking at Dayseeker, Bill Murray, The Plotted News, Set It Off, The Funeral Portrait, Nerve, Never Tell. That particular day looks quite great. Linkin Park, Incubus, Beartooth, the big headliners, Korn, Marilyn Manson, Chevelle, Green Day, Alice in Chains, Jimmy Eat World is one of the big headliners, that's a surprise. Well, that's one of the headliners for one of the days, I should say. There's many different headliners for all the different stages, and yeah, I don't know how I would feel about going to a festival like this, or going to a festival overall. I feel like running around seeing a whole bunch of different bands all day for a few days would be exhausting. I am now reaching that age. I'm 28. But I'm now reaching that part of my life where I'm like, okay, if there's 4 bands on the bill, maybe I could skip the first opener or use that time to go get myself a t-shirt if I want to go get one, go get a drink if I want one, some food if I want one. The one time I was completely bored and done with it was when there was 5 bands on the bill. I've talked about this show plenty of times. They're all the same. Lorna Shore, Angel Maker, Body Snatcher of Sulphur, one other band on there that I'm forgetting the name of, but all of them essentially sounded the same. And by the time Lorna Shore got on stage, the band that I really wanted to see, I was like, okay, I'm over this. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. Peaches Pit Party on K-Bear 101. I forgot the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight is tomorrow. I posted a meme about it last night. That's how I got reminded. I saw the comparison between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson to, well, Mike Tyson and another character in Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Posted that in the K-Bear group, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's going to be on Netflix tomorrow. That's going to be a fun thing to watch. I'll watch it. Last time I watched the Jake Paul fight, I think he fought Ben Askren, and then I had to watch all these preliminary fights just for the Jake Paul fight to be a letdown. I'm assuming this one's just going to be staged. My prediction, here's Peach's prediction right here for the Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight. It's going to go all the way through. Nobody's going to get knocked out. And then magically by judge's decision, Jake Paul is going to win at the end. It's going to cause a lot of controversy. Both people are going to walk away with a ton of dough. That's how it's going to be. There's no way Mike Tyson is knocking out Jake Paul. They're trying, just the name Mike Tyson, you automatically assume that he's just going to beat the absolute crap out of Jake Paul. I'm thinking otherwise. And somebody was making a comment about it in the K-Bear group as well on that particular photo. I need to have that pulled up here, or I should pull it up here. Aside from the huge payday, I cannot see what Jake Paul gets from this fight. If he wins, he beats up a nearly 60-year-old man. Well, that nearly 60-year-old man is Mike Tyson. He could legitimately say, I beat up Mike Tyson. If he loses, is what this guy goes on further to say. If he loses, he got beat by a nearly 60-year-old man. You still got beat by Mike Tyson. That's a lot of boxers can say that. Evander Holyfield can say, I got beat up by Mike Tyson and my ear chewed off by Mike Tyson. I cannot wait for that fight. I'm excited to watch it. Unfortunately, it's that time of the year where the Black Friday deals, they're getting posted everywhere by all the businesses out there. And I see some stuff that I really want to get. Like I want to get more band t-shirts. I want to get more pants. I want to get rid of all my old clothes, replace them with new shirts, new pants, etc. But I have no money to do so. Not at all. And if I use my credit card, I'll just put myself further down the hole. And so now I got to watch these deals come and go. And it's real sad. It's like every year I tell myself the exact same thing. I'll put money aside to save for next year. Next year comes around. All right, I'll save for next year. And repeat over and over again. K-Bear 101, just that reminder, there is no to Peach Theron. There is just the Facebook question on our page, K-Bear 101 FM. What is your comfort song / band? Only because I am going to be at my sleep doctor appointment. Already had to reschedule it. It was supposed to happen last Monday, but didn't feel like going. It's one of those appointments where I'm just going for the sake of going. Like I just need to go for insurance purposes, I think, right? Something like that. There's no dire need for me to go. It's just, hey, how's everything going? Fine and dandy. Why are you interrupting my workday? That's how I feel when people just decide to call me in the middle of the workday. Like those sales calls, or even there's a business that called me asking about my insurance card. I'm like, I'm on my lunch break and I'm driving. Why are you bothering me? Like they had no idea what I was doing. Like it was completely not their fault. I was just thinking about work, and work stresses me out most of the time. And sometimes I'll join the Discord all mad, and my friends are like, dude, why are you mad all the time? It's like, well, work getting in the way, or work causing me to be a little irritated with things that are said and certain things here and there. So anyway, if you want to go answer today's question, go to our Facebook page, K-Bear 101 FM. What is your comfort song / band? Let me know. Well, last night I made some progress, or I got rid of the Halloween decorations that were inside my apartment. I put them all in the storage bin. Yesterday I was motivated beyond belief to clean up my place, so I threw away a whole bunch of extra stuff that I didn't need. I'm going to go back at it tonight. Going to really try to just get my place nice and clean, then move on to my closets, get rid of old clothes. It's the end of the year cleanup. And I do have my Christmas tree in the box still. I don't plan on bringing that out till after Thanksgiving. Even though, like I said, I'm not the biggest Thanksgiving fan at all. I still want to wait till after Thanksgiving. By the way, this Friday, Classy 97, I shouldn't say this Friday, tomorrow, Classy 97 is going to be launching their Christmas music at 8 a.m. That's right. Like I said before, it does not feel like it's time at all for Christmas music, all the holiday stuff to come around. It just feels way off for whatever reason. Everyone likes a good mystery. A thrift store in Missouri, they're playing detective after a bunch of World War II era love letters were found in a donation bin. Tina Eifert, the manager of the Salvation Army Family Store in Hannibal, Missouri, she was just sorting through donations when she found the pile of letters which were penned by Chester McMean to his beloved wife, Alma Bernice Modglin, while he was stationed in the Philippines. The letters, which are like a time capsule from the 1940s, talk about dreams of reuniting, starting a business, building a life together. And they did just that, apparently. After the war, they raised 3 kids, ran a woodworking business in Carbondale, Illinois. Now, Tina and local journalist Megan Duncan, they're on a mission to find the couple's relatives and return these letters to them. That's pretty cool, right? This could be a movie. This could be a great little, if they add some little twists and turns into the plot there, it could make for a great Netflix film. Idaho's only rock station, K-Bear 101, going on vacation. Definitely a chance to unwind, let loose, have fun. Many people are having too much fun, though, and experiencing something called tourist syndrome, which is described as the desire to do something out of character while traveling, even going so far as to break a law. We've seen a lot of those stories pop up as of late of people going over to places like Korea, Japan, breaking a rule, and then facing jail time and now crying online and saying, I didn't mean to do so. I didn't mean to do it. Well, according to a new survey, nearly half of American travelers said they have broken a law while on vacation that they would have never done at home. I feel bad for the other countries. I feel like the American tourists are some of the worst. There are much, much worse that come here that I'm not going to discuss about this on the air. But it's saying here the ones experiencing tourist syndrome are Gen Zers. Those teenagers. That's how I know I'm getting older. Every time I walk into like a fast food restaurant and I see a group of just loudmouth dudes that are in like their teens. I'm like, oh, teenagers, gross. Back when I was a kid, I was afraid of teenagers. Honestly was. I was like, oh, they're so much older. They're going to pick on me. They're going to bully me. Even though I was like bigger than them at like 7 years old and they're like 15. I'm like, oh no, there's teenagers there. And now I'm like, oh, gross, teenagers. Well, this guy named Phil Anderson in Colorado, he was forced to spend the last year trying to prove to the IRS that he is not dead. Couldn't he have just called them and said, hey, this is me. I'm Phil Anderson. I'm still alive. The tax agency mistakenly marked Anderson deceased, locked his tax accounts, which prevented him from receiving refunds. At the root of the problem, there was a mix-up where his Social Security number was switched with that of his late daughter who died in 2022. His efforts to correct the problem were fruitless until he turned to his representative in Congress, who finally got it all straightened out. However, he is still waiting for his 2023 tax refund. I do enjoy the end of the year, like the holidays and all that, but I do know April will be around the corner, and that's when we got taxes, we got my potential rental increase. At least something to look forward to in April is winter ending and spring coming back. Peaches Pit Party on K-Barrel 101, Idaho's only rock station. Sometimes I see things like this and I go, who exactly is going to take this course, and why exactly do students need to take this course, and why are people paying money to take courses like this? Beyonce is going to have a course all about her at Yale University, all about her career, her expansive cultural legacy. That'll be the subject of a new course next year. Now, imagine failing Beyonce class. Imagine having to memorize what exactly she did in her early days, what exactly she's doing now, trying to memorize the timeline. Just somebody going to Yale, out of all universities, one of the most prestigious universities in the entire world, and you're saying, hey, you know what? Maybe next semester I should sign up for the Beyonce course. Why not? Sleep Token right there on K-Barrel 101, Idaho's only rock station. One thing that I was really hoping for was that, you know how Sleep Token was opening up for Linkin Park? I was hoping that maybe with this massive North American tour that they just announced, they would have brought Sleep Token on board for the entire thing, and I would have been heavily disappointed, even more so than I already am, by none of the stops being close to here. We had a lot of tours get announced for the area, which you can find, by the way, at riverbendmediagroup.com/calendar. The biggest ones, though, this week were My Chemical Romance and Linkin Park, both announcing tours. There was that post that I shared on our Facebook page about how Mike Shinoda said on Discord that he was really wanting to go on tour with My Chemical Romance. And I'm like, could you imagine that? Two giant bands, call it the peak of early 2000s tour, something like that. Man, that would have been cool. But it probably still would have not come close. They probably would have gone the My Chemical Romance route and only have went to Major League Baseball stadiums across the country, like Dodger Stadium, T-Mobile Park, and all that. Well, I do plan on going back home in the middle of July, late July next summer. And My Chemical Romance is going to be at Dodger Stadium July 26th. I might need to apply for some type of media pass for that, get my butt back home, and go enjoy that show. Thanks for listening to Peaches Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoy the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peaches Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.